Hey guys, it is Tristan with NewsStand, and I want to talk a little bit about the AH and JD situation, more talking about Adam Waldman. Now, most of you probably know he does a great job of getting information out to the public. He makes it available and different paperwork or videos, or most recently the body cam, and that's going to be a lot of what has got him in quote unquote trouble. I don't think there's any trouble with giving facts out there. I don't think there's trouble with giving somebody the real situation behind the scenes, but he himself is found in a little bit of trouble. Now, I think honestly, most people should just leave Twitter. I think it's a cesspool that creates a lot of division, a lot of divisive and radicalized people. I think it causes a lot of people to dehumanize each other and look at each other as more of an icon or a screen name than as a person behind the keyboard. And I think it's really damning, honestly, to our society, but that's a whole nother video. He was actually censored from Twitter. He was suspended from Twitter. Now, for what length, I don't know. And if it's, a 24-hour ban, of 48 hours, 7 days, if he's gone forever, I have no idea. But I doubt that he is not going to pop up somewhere, whether or not he's on a different social media platform. But he always does a good job of getting the information out. And I don't think it's very much so like Adam to sit down and accept defeat. What I think probably happened is you saw people mass flagging them. And it actually just recently happened to me, very oddly enough. I was in an old video, probably at least a year old. I talked about some Justin Bieber signs that were in a video and it got flagged. It's weird, but even so, I think that probably Amber Stans and people that are in the media, specifically a few journalists, have mass flagged his account, and that's why it's suspended. I do believe he'll be back, but I'm not sure when. So we're going to take a look, head over to Twitter. As much as I don't like the platform, I do use it on a regular basis as an information source, just because it is nice seeing the different views of people that are similar to mine. And I think it's this person specifically did a good job of getting the information out. So I definitely want to thank them. But this is the tweet that got him taken off the platform. This isn't a joke. All it says is Dire Straits lyrics. All the night bargains have been struck between the satin bues and their bells. Prehistoric garbage trucks have the city to themselves. I don't know how it happened, but it all took place so quick. But all I can do is hand it to you and your latest trick. Does that sound like something that should be completely taken off a platform, get someone in trouble? Now, the screenshots are saying, JD Hollywood demise to be laid bare, and 3 new documentaries, talking about the 3 new documentaries after he's lost his bid to overturn UK. Now, I did see about this. I didn't report on it because I don't know if these will ever even come to fruition, but there's supposedly 3 new documentaries that are doing the AH and JD story about UK and everything that was behind the scenes and everything that happened. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure I will, totally non-biased at all, watch it if it ever comes out. People say they're doing stuff all the time and it actually, never actually happens. But I do think it's really important that we look at this and realize probably what really happened. Now, we do see that it has a lot to do with the thing that happened most recently, right? In the last few days, what was released? Body cam footage proving without a single doubt in your brain, that Amber fabricated a story of, trying not to get demonetized here, of wreckage and carnage that happened within their home. She fabricated a story and then she planted evidence. This was made clear by the LAPD officer's body cam that she herself subpoenaed. It is no one's fault but her own, and we kind of knew this was, what the truth was from the trial when they had the two LAPD officers, and one only went on stand, but when they brought it in. But I think it's really cool because people are kind of rallying here and going through screenshots I'm assuming that they had prior. I don't know if there's a way to find old tweets or anything like that, but and still letting this news be out there so people actually look at it. But one typical journalist that I'm sure had totally nothing to do with this, I bet not a single thing, sure, is trying to silence anything that has to do with Adam. And he just, of course, pops out of the woodwork. And, well, it's unavailable to me. I'm assuming maybe they're an account that isn't, I don't know, it doesn't allow people to see their stuff. But here's what he wrote if you can't see it. Waldman is also conducting a public experiment on social media. In a nutshell, do tactics of preaching to a choir of small number of Twitter accounts archive anything outside of politics. So, most attorneys don't pick fights with the media during a big case. That is very true. He's not picking any fights, though. It's the wording you're using to make it look like he is on the attack, particularly in the weeks before the trial. He fails to remember and fails to say that Waldman is not on this trial, so he can do with it what he will. He can do with anything what he will because he's not on this trial. He is at this point just a fly on the wall, right? Not Waldman. For weeks, he's been gloating reporters at the New York Times who apparently are investigating him. Can we have some sources there? Okay. And he's been whipping his followers into a frenzy with attacks on Roderick from Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, and other journalists and news publications. That said, Waldman may not be above going to his own favorite media outlets. Depp's attorney, not his attorney on this case, have been accused in court papers of leaking to outlets like The Blast, and he has been, right? And, he's not his attorney, so it's okay now. It's just like me leaking something that I were to have, which seems to be a Depp, what Fox News is Trump. Why does it always, he's not even our president anymore. Dude, get over it. Ridiculous. He's also litigating on Twitter, presenting evidence procured from Depp's cases, and overall exhibiting highly unusual behavior for a working attorney. He is a working attorney. That part is true. He is not working on the Virginia case for Depp. So what he is doing is not unusual. Maybe he's doing it as a fan. I think a lot of other fans that were privy to that type of evidence would do the exact same. So of course, people come out and they start their shit, right? But the real thing is here is he's suspended from this moment on. I don't know when it will be back, and it's really because he is the main news outlet. Hopefully, he, gets his news out there somewhere, whether it is The Blast or not. But because he is that, it silences a lot that we talk about, whether it's on this channel or the multitude of other channels out there that cover this subject. That silences a lot, and that's exactly what they want. So I'm still going to be looking. I'm still going to be going around seeing if I can find the information. I am still going to cover the subject. You're trying to silence Johnny. You're trying to silence Adam. You're trying to silence anybody that wants real justice for real domestic abuse survivors. And that's pretty messed up in my eyes. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.